Hey guys, welcome back to 10 Universe. Well, in our today's video, we are going to list down the top 10 shocking moments from Tiger King Season 2. But before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel for more amazing videos. Number 10. Tiger King 2 introduces another big cat man, Tim Stark. Joe Exotic and Jeff Lowe aren't the only eccentric big cat owners. Much of the 4th and 5th episode of Tiger King 2 revolve around Tim Stark. The former owner and operator of Wildlife in Need Stark can best be described as Joe Exotic if he replaces his country music aspirations with endless threats and the bombshell. Just like Exotic and Lowe, Stark made most of his money through personal interactions with his pets. Number 9. Jeff Lowe may have been planning to kill Joe Exotic. According to an affidavit from Alan Glover, Jeff Lowe would have paid him to kill Joe Exotic. He was going to cut off Joe's head, Glover says in the documentary series. The plan was for Glover to thread barbed wire between two trees. Then, when Exotic drove by in his off-road vehicle, the barbed wire was supposed to decapitate him. Well, this is very specific and questionable scheme that what exactly they had in mind while they were tending to use Baskin. Number 8. Don Luis may have been involved in some highly illegal stuff. Well, there are many things that Tiger King Season 2 subjects and claims about Don Luis. Some statements included Carol Baskin fed her ex-husband to tigers, while Lewis was also abusive to Baskin. Baskin said Louis' praises around the same time he filed a restraining order against her. Louis passed money through various companies in Costa Rica so that Baskin would get nothing if they divorced. Louis paid child prostitutes, and his favorite one from them was 15 years old. In Costa Rica, he was known as El Gringo, and his home was known as La Casa Maldita. What is exactly the real thing? Well, we too don't know. Number 7. Exotic's fiancé found the funniest thing about Exotic. Briefly, when he was a teenage cop, Exotic was engaged to a woman named Kimberly Kraft. During their engagement, Kraft says Exotic came home lately while being drunk. Later on, she found out that he was stripping for the mayor of the city and her friends. Kraft claimed that her moonlit ex-boyfriend was an Exotic dancer. She said, "They threw big parties and paid him to be a stripper. Later in life, I found it a little funny. The police chief stripping down for the mayor." Number 6. Joe Exotic found his new boyfriend through a dating app he created. If you spent the last year keeping an eye on everything Tiger King, you probably already know about Joe Exotic's heartbreak. Dylan Passage, Exotic's ex-husband, broke up with him and is now with a man named John. Well, to recover the loss, Exotic created The Bachelor King, a dating site that allowed men to apply to be Exotic's new partner. And it worked. Exotic currently has a boyfriend named Seth, and they are quite happy. Number 5. Exotic was once on the other side of the law. Before becoming the Tiger King, Exotic had a career in law enforcement. In 1982, he entered the police academy after coming out of high school. Exotic, like other respondents for the documentary, indicates that he was the youngest police officer in the history of the state. However, we cannot verify this claim. Number 4. While calling Donald Trump, Joe Exotic compared Carol Baskin to Nancy Pelosi. Remember how there was a campaign to forgive Joe Exotic? Apparently, that organization was found more interesting at an opening dividend. At some point, the leaders of this campaign were supposed to meet with Donald Trump Jr. to secure possible forgiveness for the big cat enthusiast. However, the meeting got canceled. But that didn't stop Joe Exotic from calling the president. Number 3. Stark actually threatened the creator of Tiger King. Well, this is a great example of how volatile Stark comes when he talks to one of Tiger King's directors, Eric Goode. Stark argued that since Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin have been involved in this industry, their lives have gotten worse and their colleagues, such as Joe Exotic, have visited the jail. Stark told Goode that if anything bad comes out of me from now on, whether it's Tiger King 2 or any other shit like this, I'll cut your throat. This is one of few threats that Stark has made during his limited screen time. Number 2. Lowe apparently got away with charity fraud. In addition to his alleged plan to get rid of Exotic in order to get his hands on what amounted to 50% of his property, Tiger King Season 2 delves into some of Lowe's other alleged criminal activities. His featured scheme, which a local reporter called one of the darkest and saddest moments after his years of coverage, involved Lowe pretending to be an employee at a shelter for domestic violence survivors. In this role, he allegedly seized $14.2 million in donated properties to his settlement company and later decided to sell them to earn huge profits. According to Lowe, the feds were closely monitoring his bank account and wanted to charge him with 5 counts of computer fraud, a crime that can lead to up to 20 years in prison. But that never happened again, and Lowe was not asked to pay the money back. Number 1. Joe Exotic was once paid to strip for the mayor. The first episode of Tiger King Season 2 dives into Joe Exotic's past, and that journey is as wild as you think. Exotic's brother Yeri Schrebogel reveals that Exotic used to shoot animals. However, the most surprising detail comes from Exotic's ex-boyfriend, Kimberly Kraft. Although Exotic was a Texas state police officer, he was paid to strip naked for the local mayor. Exotic finally broke off the engagement after talking to Kraft, however, the two continued to remain close. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Thanks for watching.